Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel. I'm not sure what day this is going up because this is in the pre-recorded portion of my video uploads because hurricanes suck and I just need to make sure that videos get up. So we will continue grinding, hurricane or not. So whenever this goes up, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be discussing something that admittedly I don't have a set number of images for because frankly it is far more conceptual than it is anything else. So I don't have proper visuals for you outside of this parade of recent toys, which might have made you think for a second about how exactly you are going to go about them. So these days, you have the eternal option we have had since the internet became a thing for buying Transformer toys. Do you actually go out and hunt down the figure at your local store, or do you pre-order? Now, let's go through this a little bit. We'll go through like the history of this because this is an interesting concept to me. Here in the toy shop, we talk about this all the time. You know, we talk about this with like TCGs especially. You know, you could drop $200 for that magic card that would complete your deck and make it like professional competition worthy. But isn't it more fun to buy a booster box of packs and actually find it yourself? Isn't that just so much more satisfying than just going, give it to me? And this has been the same thing with toy collecting and toy hunting for the longest time, you know? And I fall victim to it myself because, you know, if I'm out and about and I see something in person that I go, oh my God, that looks so cool. I don't really like, I'm far more inclined, if I find something in person, I'm far more inclined to buy it. Recent example, things like, like I took my trip to Arizona to go toy hunting out there, and I find things like, like a sealed on card Classics Grimlock. I find things like, a BotCon box set, the 2009. Whichever one, the cup one. I can't remember the name of it offhand. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about though, like the Young Cup and versus Scourge kind of set. That one. Wings, whatever that one was. I found that one in person. It's not something I'd go out of my way to buy online, but because I found it in person, I went, ooh, that's actually really cool to find. Mine. You know, and I do things like that all the time. Like I went to California, I went to Anime Jungle, I bought things because I found them in person and they were cool to see in person. But a lot of times, you go for the thrill of the hunt because that is, just not only more satisfying, but like, especially for like a vintage piece, you need to do the thrill of the hunt. You know, I will tell you this, I still need to make the video for it, but back in July, I went to a toy shop in Tampa because I saw a video from there from a month prior to my trip to MetroCon, and they had my Holy Grail. My current Holy Grail was there. So I wanted to go and see it for myself because I could buy it online, but I can't tell the condition from photos on eBay. I can see that the stickers are fine and that the paint is good, but I can't tell if the joints are okay, if the gimmicks are unbroken, that kind of thing. So yeah, in those cases, in the vintage cases, the hunt is far more important, and when you deal with like stuff that would appear in a shop like this, if you have a local shop that gets in brand new stuff, then absolutely you go for the thrill of the hunt, basically to support those. And, and it all basically comes down to, you'd rather find it in person, right? Because even if you want to buy it online, you're testing the postal system, you're testing your courier, you are testing a lot of things to make sure that thing gets there on time and in one piece. I think we've all ordered something online where the box came in crushed, ripped open, what was inside. If you are a mint-in box collector, I know for a fact you try not to buy online because you don't trust your courier. I know you're out there. There's plenty like that. So there's the hunt, but doesn't pre-orders just make things so much easier? Doesn't pre-ordering just take the stress out of everything? things have changed greatly, right? These days, I admit, I pre-order most of my Transformers because, frankly, I can't trust my local stores to get those things in anymore. They're inundated with old product that isn't moving. When it came to things like Velocitron, I had more luck finding it, months later at liquidation stores like Ross rather than my actual Walmarts. I knew for fact my local Walmart got in a set of Velocitron toys because I saw it on the pallet. I was there when the pallet was on the floor, but it was still wrapped and they weren't putting the toys out yet. And then I come back a week later, there's a spot for them on the shelves. They're completely gone. They don't ever restock. They got in one shipment of them, they sold through, and they didn't try again. Frustration, right? So maybe you don't trust the hunt. Maybe you rely only on the pre-order. Now, when pre-orders first became a thing, it was nice because it guaranteed you were getting the toy you wanted. However, the frustration came with the fact that you had to pay up front. When pre-orders first became a thing, you had to pay for them in order to get in line to buy them. Much like how digital pre-orders work for video games on Steam and the like. By the way, never pre-order a digital video game. I guarantee you they're not going to run out of copies. But that is the thing about older pre-orders, because that really isn't a thing anymore. People were, pre-orders back in the day, it was still kind of a luxury to pay the extra price to make sure you got it, to pre-order it in advance, and that's money out the window for something you won't see for months, which is difficult financially for a lot of collectors. To that point, I still prefer hunting them down in stores. Because frankly, at the time, there was so little Transformer product that it was still pretty guaranteed you were going to see it in a store at some point. Pre-ordering was left to import stuff, the fancy stuff. But then things change. Pre-orders started becoming not just buy it and buy it and we'll ship it when we get it. And it really did become like queuing up in line. Because now you didn't have to pay up front. Once one shop started doing that, every shop started doing that. And it saves you so much headache. When you're paying in advance, you have to worry about certain things. You have to worry about going through the refund process if they oversold the pre-order, or if their shipment didn't come in on time, or their shipment arrived damaged, or whatever. So you couldn't guarantee it. And also, there is that thing of I want to know what it's like before I get it, so modern pre-orders don't have that as much of an issue. Back then it was absolutely an issue. You pre-order something, find out it's crap, you're stuck with it. Because a lot of times canceling a pre-order back then was super annoying since you paid for it in advance. These days with modern pre-orders, canceling most places is kind of a breeze. You just go okay, I don't want it anymore. And then the website will ask you, okay, well, for what reason are you canceling this pre-order? Did you find it cheaper somewhere else? Is it no longer in your budget, etc.? And you lie. You lie to the website. Oh no, this is absolutely out of my budget. Yeah, we're not financially capable of buying this core class 1099 figure anymore. No, you canceled it because you heard it sucked. Because you saw someone get it early and trash it on a YouTube video, so you went and canceled yours. Let's be honest here. 9 times out of 10, when it asks you, why are you canceling this? You lie to it. You lie. Most of the time, you just don't want it anymore. Most of the time, you don't want it anymore. Or sometimes you found it in person and the hunt actually worked. So pre-ordering these days is not nearly the beast it used to be. And I will admit I do most of my stuff pre-order these days. But that said, pre-ordering has become its own jungle again. Now it's not like I'm trusting my money to you now in hopes that, yes, you will actually deliver the thing you said I will get, 4 months from now. Now, pre-ordering is, okay, I'm going to wait in line. I'm going to wait in line to buy this item. but I don't exactly know when the line will open up. Because I could be waiting. I could pre-order something that's supposed to come out in March and then find out that I just got charged for it in December. Things like that are happening all the time now, and it does make it hard on collectors. If you have to budget your collection, if you're the type that has to watch your pennies and, you've got much more important things money has to go toward. However, you do have this hobby that keeps you sane. It keeps you happy when things are stressful. So it is important. I do tell people, this stuff isn't frivolous. Is it necessary to live? No. But it's good for the brain juices. It keeps you happy. Like, it takes the stress off. You need to be mentally healthy, or else you are not going to be physically healthy. You need that in your life. You need the levity. You need the joy. So yeah, this stuff isn't exactly frivolous or useless or anything like that. Firmly believe that, like, toys are good for mental health because of, like, stress relieving and the focus it provides, that kind of thing. So I'm a proponent of, like, yeah, if you are budgeted, you still should be able to enjoy your hobby. But that said, when the pre-orders are utter chaos and they just release them whenever, now this gets upsetting. Multiple times this year, I have had to put off plans or even delay aspects of, like, Project Starcatcher because I can't get, because my money that I was setting aside for something specific isn't available anymore. And it's frustrating when you have something that you, like, are, like, budgeting around, and then all of a sudden, oh, sorry, yeah, Studio Series 86 Optimus is coming out a month earlier than we expected, so that $100 you were setting aside for something more important, we need that right now, please. It's frustrating. It's very annoying, and that's just with a single item. I order in waves, because, like, I generally try to get, like, everything in a wave. So, like, if I've got some $250 pre-order in for an entire wave of something, and they tell me, oh, you're gonna get it 3 months early, that's bad. That's really bad. Like, I need to be able to count on when that thing comes out. So now pre-ordering is dangerous, but the hunt is also not what it used to be. My area is probably like a lot of your areas, where Target and Walmart really don't want to stock anything new unless they are almost completely out of something else, I still want hashtag from the Transformers Earthspark line, but my only option for that is probably going to be to buy the Japanese version. But I kind of want the one with the silly, like, faux power linking gimmick, because that's kind of funny. I kind of want it for that, so maybe I don't want, maybe I want the US version. I don't know. But I don't count on my stores. Because my stores are giving up on Earthspark as a toy line, I don't anticipate any of them getting that toy in. So the hunt is not viable. My Target still has Legacy Evolution toys. And while at the moment, yes, they actually do have newer Transformer stock, I can go there right now and get Cybertron Starscream, I can get Vector Prime, I can get Hot Shot, all that. I don't trust them to get in anything beyond that. Right now, it's just a surge of product because Transformers 1 came out. Most of the time I go to Target, they are loaded up with the exact same core class figures. Mostly Dinobots still, which is bad because, that's old product. That's last year product. It's still on the pegs, and you're not putting it on clearance. What's wrong with you? They still have, like, last year's Evolution Deluxes. They're still sitting on that same black Lio convoy nobody wants. And that's just kind of how the hunt goes these days. Every wave has, like, big stuff that everyone's after, and then all that filler stuff that just kind of lingers until it ends up on clearance, and then if it waits too long, it ends up getting sold off to Ross or whatever or Ollie's or whatever liquidation store is in your neighborhood. So it's not as fun as it used to be. I think the hunt is more fun going to those liquidation places and going, oh wow, they actually had something interesting. You know, was it, what's the company name? Like I'm trying to remember because I just got these myself. The BST Ninja Turtles. Like, BST did a set of, like, classic Ninja Turtles in cartoon aesthetic. And I actually managed to find those the other night at a Ross for, like, $10 a pop. You know, for $10, they actually look pretty good. So, yeah, like, things like that are fun. You know, it's fun to find things in the wild. But I can't rely on the hunt anymore, because it's very rare when I can actually go and expect to see new product on a shelf. At the same time, I don't trust the pre-orders anymore. Because yes, I want it as soon as I can get it, but I also want to know I'm financially ready for the impact when it comes in. So pre-ordering is dangerous, and the hunt is dangerous, and now it just kind of seems like I'm flipping a coin to decide exactly how I'm going to get my toys anymore, because neither option seems great. You know? And, you know, and then there's, like, the risk of, like, pre-ordering something and then finding out it's junk, right? You know, that's one thing where that's one aspect where I don't mind people getting these toys early for review, because it's good to have a heads up that, like, something isn't worth your money before it actually hits. So there's that aspect of it as well. So, like I said, this is all over the place. Like, the switch between the hunt and the pre-order is something that's in my mind a lot, and it comes up every time really any collector comes in here looking for a very specific thing. They could order it online, but they choose to seek it out because they want to see it in person. They want to feel it. They want to find it because it's more fun to find it. But that said, would be a lot easier to just go and buy it off of eBay, wouldn't it? So let me know what the consensus is. This is one where I want your feedback. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the pre-order? The confidence that you will get it, even if the pre-orders for Transformers are really wonky right now? Or do you still prefer going to your stores and, you know, the thrill of the hunt and finding it yourself? Because I know, and that also includes, like, you know, I know a lot of you have local stores to get new product in, and you support them, and they're far more consistent, then that's cool too. So whatever your situation is, let me know in the comments below. This is more of a discussion topic video for the day, so I will leave you with my thoughts that have been rambling, but hopefully you get some nice conversation in the comments below about it. So, take that for what it is. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next time.